Hey, what's up guys, it is Card Shuffler 99 here, and today we're going to be showing you guys a really cool interactive card trick. This is definitely something you guys can perform like at a party. You can perform this to a large group of people. This is just a really cool trick. You can get a lot of people involved with this one, and that makes for a really good card trick. So, if you didn't know, our last video was a couple weeks ago. We are going to try, like I said, to get back into the habit of posting more often. But in the meantime, we did put a giveaway. It was just a short giveaway on that last video. We already contacted the winner. If you don't know how we run our giveaways on this channel, we will just contact the winner directly. That way we just avoid people creating fake accounts and putting the same profile picture. And it's that easy to basically make a fake account on YouTube nowadays. So easily for us, we just contact through YouTube messaging the winner. So make sure, if you guys, we haven't gotten the response yet, so if we don't get a response from this person within the next week, we'll give them 1 week to answer. If they don't answer, we're going to select a new winner. So just be sure to check your YouTube messaging, check your email. It should be there, and you guys will find out whether or not you won the $50 or the brick of Monarch playing cards. So anyway, guys, we will be starting up another giveaway very soon. Just let us know in the comment section what you guys want us to give away, and we will be announcing that in the next video. It should be coming out within the next couple days. We'll announce the very next giveaway. Anyway, guys, let's get straight into this tutorial.
All right, so you guys can use this in a few different ways. You can use it as, a way to force a card, or you can use it as a more of like an entire trick and to predict something. So this is how it's going to work. So we're going to use the 5 of hearts. So let's say you want to force or predict the 5 of hearts for one of your tricks. Now, I'm just doing the tutorial for this. I'm not going to do a performance, so just follow along, guys. What you're going to need is you're going to need some type of cup, something you can hold pieces of paper in. Now, for the tutorial, I'm using a clear cup. It's better if it's not clear because something can be revealed since it's clear, but so you guys can see it, I'm using clear cup. I'm not saying you guys can't do it, but it's just a little bit more riskier if you're doing it in a clear cup. So, any other cup is usually good. Doesn't even have to be cup, just maybe a bowl. That works just fine too. Anything that can hold pieces of paper. So what you're going to need a pencil, a deck of cards, but you don't have to be forcing like an actual card. It can be just forcing a simple number or something. So how you're going to do this, this is what you're going to do. Before the trick starts, the only thing you need to set up. So I'm going to do it 2 ways. I'm going to start by forcing the number on the spectator, and then I'm going to start by forcing a suit on a spectator. So how are you going to do this? Pretty simple. I need to force the 5. So before the trick even starts, before the spectator even says anything, you even say anything to the spectator, start by taking whatever number you want to force, so in this case 5, and write it in any one of the corners in the piece of paper. Just like that, so 5. So we have 5 written in the top left corner of the piece of paper, and then start it with the piece of paper turned over. So now that I know my 5 is on the right corner of my piece of paper, and that's how the trick, that's the entire setup right there, to at least the first part if you just want to force a number. So how is this going to work? Well, you're going to need some scissors, and you're going to start by cutting it up. Now, you can either cut it up or write the numbers, but I like to usually start by cutting it up. And they don't know there's a 5 here, so what I do is I start to cut it up, right? Maybe cut it up into a strip. And I know the 5 is right there, right? So be careful. Just cut it into some other pieces right there. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep track of this 5. That's the important part. No matter what happens, you have to know where this 5 is. Otherwise, the trick will not work if you don't know exactly where the 5 is. So I'm just going to keep track of the 5, and maybe I'll cut out another row. So we have 8 numbers. Now, you have a few options here. You can ask the spectator to give you the numbers you're going to use, or you can just say them yourself and make it seem like it's really random. Now, what I like to do is maybe have 8. You can have more if you want. You can have less if you need to. But let's just go for 8 because for tutorial purposes here, I know my 5 is here, right? Now, clearly, I'm just going to keep track of it. I made it a little bit bigger so we know exactly where the 5 is at all times, but you want it to be around the same size as the other pieces of paper. Now, what you can do is you can put it into the hands of the spectator, and you could say, all right, give me some numbers, right? So, you take one, let's say they say 7, but you have to go on the fact that you think they're going to say 5, because if they don't say 5, the trick can be ruined. So let's say you want to say, all right, I'm going to give you an example. You can choose any number between, ace, queen, ace through king, right? For example, 5, and then you go ahead, you write 5 on the paper, and you put it in the cup, like that, right? And you say, all right, now you give me a number, right? They say 7, right? And maybe they say 8. Chuck them in, right? And then maybe they say a queen, put a Q for queen, 2, ace will be A, and maybe they want another 2. They can duplicate numbers if they want, and maybe a K for king. So what you've done here is you're going to play a little bit of a game with them. Now, once again, if you're forcing the card, you're just forcing the card. But if you want to make this a prediction trick, guys, all you have to do is take the 5 of hearts and you just place it somewhere face up in the middle of the deck, right? That's how you make it a prediction trick, just so you guys know. So from here, what you're going to do is you can have the spectator put their hand on the cup, mix it around, try to flip some pieces of paper over, right? You say you really want them to mix it up. So they're mixing it up. They can do it themselves and say when they're finished, please dump the pieces of paper on the table. So they dump it on the table. You say, all right, any of the numbers that are face down, we're going to get rid of them, right? So you spread it out. Look here. All right, so we got 2 face down. We're going to get rid of them. Now, the cool part is we don't need these anymore. Just get rid of them. No matter what happens, the reason why this is a force is because these only have one number on each side, right? There's only one number on one side. With the 5, there's a number on both sides. So no matter what happens, right? Take these, you chuck them back in, right? No matter what happens, there will always be a 5 face up, which is why this becomes a force. So you're going through again, right? These 2 are face down. We're going to get rid of them, throw them out, right? From here, you say, all right, we got a 5, 8, ace, and 2. Do it again, right? Keep going. All right, we get rid of the last 3, and you're left with 5. So you're going to be, all right, 5 is the last number that was left, so that's how you force the number 5. Now, let's say you wanted to force a card, right? So what you do, you just set the 5 to the side, and you're going to do this again, except a little bit simpler. There's 4 options here. There's clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. So what you're going to do is before the trick starts, right? I know I'm going to be forcing the 5 of hearts, so before it even starts, I'm just going to use H for hearts, C for clubs, S for spades, and D for diamonds. So I know I'm forcing a heart. I'm just going to put a little H in the corner, like that, and flip it over. So now from here, I'm like, all right, we need a suit now, right? So I'm going to cut out our row. And remember, they have no idea there is a H on the other side of it, so make sure this stays face down and they can't see it. And you cut out one more row. Like that. So you got to know where your H is. So I know my H right in this corner. I'm going to cut it up. And once again, it doesn't matter how many times. I would say you want to have around 8. You can have more, you can have less. It doesn't matter. So, same here. Just make sure you keep track of your H. So, from here, right, guys? I know my H is here. Now, it's a little bit safer to ask the spectator. You don't need to do an example here. 5, it's a 1 out of 13 chance that they choose it. Here, it's, they're going to say hearts eventually, right? And if you really want to be safe, you can just write it again yourself. You say, all right, I need you to give me a suit, for example, hearts, but you don't have to do something like that. So, right, you write the big H, you put it in. Then, maybe they want clubs. You put a C for clubs. Maybe they want another clubs. Another C. Diamonds. Hearts again. Why not? So once again, once you're finished with this part of the trick, just make sure you don't let them touch that, because if they do touch it and they examine it, they might see that there's another 5 on the other side. So just make sure you're careful of that. Once they choose it, or once it's the last one left, you're like, all right, 5, cool, and then you throw it out, get rid of it. So we have the 5 here. And you just do the same thing over again, right? You can mix it up. You dump them out. You got the H up. And once again, I did not do a great job mixing it there, but the H is the only one left because all these have one-sided. So that's how it will work. Let's just say these two are face up with it. These four, take these, get rid of them, right? Put it back in. I think you guys get the point here. Mix it up, right? Get rid of this one. And no matter what happens, you'll always be left with the hearts because it might take a few turns, but you'll always be left with the hearts because there's an H on both sides. Try to finish it up here. There we go. You're left with the 5 of hearts, and from the beginning of the trick, you can show that you had one card face up, the 5 of hearts. That's the trick, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. This is Card Shuffler 99. Peace out.